What's happening, people? Welcome back to the show. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. It is Pro Wrestling Weekly. It's the morning after the night before Saturday night's main event in the bag. Quick little review for you. We will be reviewing this on Wednesday as well and getting people's thoughts on it. Seems to be mixed feelings about it online, but let us know your thoughts in the comments. What did you feel about Saturday night's main event? Certainly a very interesting show on the way to Survivor Series. Initial thoughts, of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button and drop a like in the video, we would really appreciate it. Have to say, I really enjoyed the show, even though some of the results we got, we didn't kind of, doesn't sit kind of, there's still questions over some of them and stuff like that. But we kicked off with Cody versus Drew. Cody picking up the win. These guys just have great chemistry and stuff like that. And I have to say with Drew is just, he's absolutely brilliant as a heel and brilliant as a chase, to a fault nearly, to the point where maybe they don't want to put a belt on him, that they just prefer him in the chase and stuff like that. But let me know your thoughts on that. But some really good stuff in it. The Claymore, that single step Claymore was phenomenal as well. And then, the threatening of the DQ and all this kind of stuff and all. And very cool to see and stuff like that. And then Cody hitting the cutter and stuff like that, really, really good. So solid match from them. But still questions like, what does Drew have to do at this stage? Like, I mean, he's at every type of match with every type of opponent, with every type of stipulation, but just cannot find his way back to gold. And maybe they just, maybe they just feel that he's that guy. He's that guy that needs to be in the mix there to solidify things at times, but doesn't necessarily need gold around the waist. But must be highly frustrating for him as a competitor as well. Let us know your thoughts on the match. Tiffany versus Jade. This again, another interesting one. Still a lot of questions over Jade Cargill, and now she's carrying the strap, so there's going to be a huge amount of pressure on her now. How do you think this is going to play out and stuff like that? Because there's no doubt about it, she looks $1,000,000. There's no doubt about it, she's an unbelievable athlete and stuff like that. But does she still just lack that in-ring ability to be at the top of the pile, carrying the gold or representing it? Now, I know people have different views about Tiffany. I thought Tiffany as a champion was absolutely brilliant. I thought she built up a lovely legacy of catalogue of wins on the way there, with some significant wins over significant people. But this kind of felt like, was this the moment where she should drop the belt after nearly holding it for whatever it was, 10, 11 months, or, it just felt like kind of, it felt a bit damp kind of thing. It felt a bit flat kind of thing, you know what I mean? Now, listen, we know WWE want to put the machine behind Jade Cargill. They've obviously shown us that on the way. She's picked up an injury or two here and there and stuff like that, which just kind of stalled the ball. But let us know. This felt like, did it kind of feel like there's a serious issue there with Tiffany's knee? Maybe she has to go off and get surgery or do something. The manner in which she lost as well, and the manner in which the match played out and stuff like that, didn't make it feel like it was a big deal. And the commentary team tried their best. They started like, Jay Cargill, like, it's funny the way they do this. You can just work it out so easy. Like, Jay Cargill doing a couple of moves, and you got Michael Cohen saying, "Oh, that's Bret Hart-esque." They're going, really? Come on, do better than that. We can see through that, so stop that. But look, best of luck to Jade now as champion, and we'll see how that all plays out. I just thought if it's the natural run of the course and stuff like that, maybe she should lose the belt at Survivor Series or something, not lose it on a Saturday night's main event after the run that she had. So, but that's just my own personal thing. My match of the night that I always enjoy, obviously the bottom two or the top two matches were two very, very good matches. Dom Mysterio versus Rusev versus Penta. I kind of thought they might push the button on Rusev, give him the IC belt, and maybe that was the pathway back to John Cena, maybe for his final match to win the IC belt or something like that at the next Saturday night's main event. But that wasn't to be the case. And if there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Dirty Dom is not Eddie Guerrero's son, my God. I mean, they should go back and do a paternity test, because he cannot be a Mysterio. He has to be a Guerrero. There's no doubt about it. Once again, Dom just shown us that depth in which, he operates like Uncle Eddie, as they say. is absolutely phenomenal. And it's just to see it unfolding in front of our eyes, to see this is like, I know a lot of the times you get a lot of wrestlers and they pay respect to see it to different wrestlers like Macho Man and stuff like that and all, and but the level at which Dirty Dom is presenting to us the second coming of Eddie Guerrero is absolutely phenomenal to watch. And while I thought the Rusev idea, might give us a pathway back to Cena, obviously Dom winning in the way he did, it's just so entertaining and it's just so good and yet so simple, but yet he just does his homework. He must be studying tapes of Eddie Guerrero morning, noon and night. Phenomenal job by all three guys. Penta coming out is an absolute superstar, probably one of the most successful entries into the company. Penta has come in, it's been absolutely seamless. He's an absolute star the way he presents himself, and there's lots of gold in that guy's future. And again, I thought maybe that if they did pass the belt on to Rusev or Penta, but probably Rusev, I was thinking, with the connection with Cena, it would allow Dom to focus on, pushing that whole AAA element on the main roster. But not to be. Dom remains champion, and it's going to be a very interesting one to see who actually eventually gets the belt off him and how do they do it. But we roll on. Dirty Dom still champ, Rusev still chasing, and Penta again just looking $1,000,000. Some of the movements in the match, some of the link ups and stuff like that, just absolutely three outstanding athletes. And Dom, he doesn't get enough respect, I think, in terms of the athlete and the wrestler that he is as well, because we all get caught up in the shenanigans and the Eddie Guerrero side of stuff, but he's so good if you go back and you watch the detail in the matches and stuff like that and all. Excellent job by all three guys, very, very enjoyable. Then we go on to the main event, and of course we get the announcement from John Cena, of course, as well, that there's going to be a tournament to decide his final opponent. And this feels like this is just programming filler really at this stage, doesn't it? But it'll be interesting to see who they bring in and what the matchups are and stuff like that, and it will keep us interested on the road to that, and obviously Survivor Series in between that's going to unfold over the next few weeks and stuff like that. But a tournament to decide John Cena's final opponent. I get the feeling, don't know how this is going to play out. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What way do you see this going? Let's get on to the main event. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Again, really, really like this for two reasons. One, I didn't have a card in the game, so it doesn't matter to me who wins. I thought they might go with Jey a second time round. They had built it up really, really well. But obviously it's Punk's time. Kind of felt weird as well, like the belt going with Punk and this time hanging on to the belt. There's no cash in, there's no stipulation, there's no attack, there's nothing like that. But it's a Saturday night's main event. Now maybe the historic nostalgia effect of that works with someone like Punk, because with Punk at times there is a lot of throwback, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of that kind of stuff. So maybe Saturday night's main event was a more fitting stage for Punk to finally pick up gold that he was going to hang on to. Jey Uso and him have serious chemistry together as well. This felt really, really good. And even the way the psychology in the match switched in the middle of the match, where they were using each other's moves and stuff like that. Are we seeing with Jey Uso as well, based on the match last night, are we seeing the emergence of mini or baby Roman Reigns and stuff like that? We've seen the spear through the barrier, we've seen various moves and stuff like that. I think he might be able to exaggerate them a little bit more, because we know Jey exaggerates a lot of stuff. But those subtle nuances thrown back to Roman and stuff like that weren't hyped up like the other stuff that he does. So maybe that's the way he's trying to play it down. Maybe that's the heelish way of doing it. Maybe on the path to, becoming full blown heel or something like that. I'm not too sure. But really enjoyed the match. Very happy for CM Punk to have gold as well. And I know somewhere in Bray right now there's a lady who appears on our shows as a panel guest. Probably lost her shit last night. She's a huge CM Punk fan, so shout out to Emma. Delighted he got the belt for you. She'll be absolutely stoked over that. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of Saturday night's main event? Did it deliver? Kind of felt nice as well. It was an early start, kicked off at 11 for us, and went through it pretty quick as well. It didn't feel like, it was nice in the way it was kind of built, where we didn't feel like we were waiting to get to a match. we felt like we were invested in all 4 matches. So yeah, really interesting. Thought they would have added a 5th match, but they didn't. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. Saturday night's main event. Is this one of the more enjoyable ones that we've had? Because the build has been slow enough as well, hasn't it? Like the build is like, it came upon us. This came up pretty quick. But yeah, really, really enjoyable. Folks, if you could, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button. I will catch you Wednesday for Pro Wrestling Weekly with the panel. We will be talking Saturday night's main event, and some of them are going to be very, very happy. Cheers.